Okay, you beautiful souls, how are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, bringing you some honest astrology, talking about the 6th of April, Saturday, 2019. What in the world is going on? We had a new moon yesterday on Friday, all right? New moon in Aries, and now about 8 o'clock this morning, the moon finally left Aries and entered into Taurus, where it is exalted. It is a favorite place to be. Just like Venus's favorite place to be is in Pisces, the moon's favorite place to be is in Taurus, because it's stable, it's steady, it wins the race, right? It is the tortoise wins this race, friends. It's the most stable sign of the zodiac, Taurus. So it's a fixed sign. We have, this fixed cross. We have Taurus, we have Leo, we have Scorpio, and we have Aquarius. Okay, the fixed cross. So Taurus is the beginning of this fixed cross, is the first sign, the first fixed sign of the zodiac. This has to do with my thing. So if Aries is like, I'm alive, I'm born, I'm myself, I've broken through this new moon, I've came to be in existence, right? So I have a body, root chakra, and now we're moving. The moon moves into Taurus. Taurus the bull. This is about possessions. This is ruling sign of Venus. This is about things that I like. Not only things, but money, material possessions. Yeah. Stablest sign in the zodiac, this fixed cross here. Stablest sign of the zodiac. The moon, however, is not as stable as Taurus. That's why it's exalted there. So we can imagine the moon like the waves of the ocean, constantly crashing. There's not much relaxing about being at the beach. You're constantly applying the sunscreen. If you go into the water, you're constantly fighting these ocean waves. They're giant, and they're relentless, ruthless. They're constantly coming. So it's just like there's always this crashing coming to the shore. Always this crashing coming to the shore. But Taurus is like just up on the shore. It's like this is safe ground here. This is where the water doesn't quite reach, So it's like you can totally put your stuff there. You don't have to get afraid to get wet. Stable. Taurus. So the moon is moving into Taurus, into stable Taurus. So we had this new moon, new beginning in Aries, spark of self, this spark, the initiation of life. And what's in the beginning degrees of Taurus right now? Uranus, the great awakener. Uranus. The aha, the eureka, the lightning bolt, the lightning striking, the earthquake, It's intense. So I think we're getting away from this new moon. Thank God we're away from this Pisces water energy. I mean, I love it. This is my 7th house, but holy smokes, it's intense, right? We needed to learn how to swim through this water. So now the moon is moved into Taurus, but it is conjuncting Uranus. So there is nothing stable about this day. I'm going to be honest, if you have started something yesterday, if something throughout this week has started, if there was initiation, if there was a game plan, if there was something that has changed in your daily life, your daily routine, if there is anything that's going on that you've decided to alter from, steer from, the moon in Taurus is solidifying it. The moon conjunct Uranus is breaking it through. Like, no, we're not going back to this old life. No, we're not going back to the old traditions. No, we're not going back to this old way. We have, right, we've gotten, I'm like, where do we begin with this? Like, as an adult, I have friends that literally any bump in the road, they run to medication. They run to medication. They run to popping a pill. They run to smoking some weed. They run to drinking. They run to getting high. They run to escaping the experience, to escaping the emotion that's going on. The moon is emotion, man. And Taurus, it's more stable for those 2.5 days that it's in Taurus. It's like, easily the most stable 2.5 days of the month, arguably. Talk about it. Tell me your experiences. You're with me if you're following. But when it's conjunct Uranus, It's like you expect the unexpected. Expect the craziest things to happen when our emotional moon is connected to the unstoppable force, a force that cannot be contained. You know? So it's just like, look, if we've started something, if we're on the brink of like creating, you know, this Aries energy, you know what, the moon, the sun has been there for 16 days, 17 days, 16 days, something like that. And it wasn't until yesterday, until that full moon, that we really started to feel it. When the moon finally moved out of that water sign, we really started to feel it. And then finally, we got that little urge. And then today, this urge is going to be tenfold here on Saturday. It's just like, it's reconfirming, like, no, man, sit with your emotions, sit with whatever is going on, learn from this, feel this stuff. Feel it all. Don't run and hide. Don't run and escape. That's not where we're at. That's not where we're... If that's where we're at, forgive me. If that's where we're at, that's not where we're headed. Now, addiction is a very serious thing, and it's been something that we've been dealing with for several months. I would even say several years. As far as astrology is concerned, I'm not talking about individuals. You know, you can have a whole lifetime of addiction. As far as the astrology is concerned, we've been dealing with it, you know. That Neptune in Pisces, this is about addiction. This is about us either escaping reality or becoming fully involved in reality, okay? So this is a very real part, a very real aspect of our day-to-day living. So it's just like, look, what does a human being need to survive is very minuscule. Food. We need some sort of touch and affection. You know, it helps. What we don't need, alcohol. What we don't need, again, don't think that I'm judging by any means. I enjoy a drink. But it's like when we do it every day, when we abuse these things, okay? When we abuse them and we become every single day or every time, you know, you can partake, you can experiment and have fun and enjoy life. By no means should I be coming across as like saying don't ever do anything. But it's like when we use it as a crutch, that's where we're getting at today, okay? When we use things as a crutch, when it's just like every freaking bump in the road, oh my God, I'm feeling stressed, I've got to go get high, I got to go hit my little vape pen. It's just like, come on, man, feel something. I'm encouraging you, I'm empowering you to break through this mentality, this old school mentality, this old school tradition of this is how we deal with emotions. Break free. Uranus, break free. What's another big thing that's happening today? 19 degrees Pisces, 19 degrees Capricorn, Mercury, sextiles, Saturn. And Pluto's up there too, so on the next day and a half, it's going to sextile Pluto. Sextiles, these are the most harmonious aspects in the zodiac. This is when two different signs are not on opposition, it's not a square. These are two harmonious signs that are benefiting one another. Water and earth, water and earth. We've been talking about this for a while because that's where Pisces is. And Capricorn, Pisces. So we have these two. We have Pluto and Saturn, and then we have Neptune over here, right? Neptune's at 17 degrees, Saturn's about like 19 degrees. So that's still a sextile. And now today, perfectly, Mercury is sextiling Saturn. So let's forget this jargon. What does that really mean? What is Mercury? Mercury is our intelligence, our intellect, the way that we communicate. It is the way that we trade information. It is how you type your email. It is how you send your text message. It is your mental thought process, which the mental thought process has been very diluted this past week as it's been literally Mercury has been stuck on top of Neptune for days and days and days and days. Now there's benefits to that, but on the opposite side, it's like if Mercury is our intellect, if it's our mental vigor, you know, it's been so clouded by this giant dream planet, Pisces. Neptune and Pisces, okay? So it's so diluted, it's like, you know, a drop in the ocean. Is it going to make a difference? Or if you put one drop of salt water in Lake Michigan, is that going to make a difference? It's not going to be a saltwater lake from one drop, you know. So you have this little tiny planet Mercury and this ginormous planet Neptune, and it was being shrouded. It was, you know, it was like an eclipse. It was you couldn't feel the energy. You couldn't feel this mental stimulation. So now we have Saturn sextiling, saying, let's make this stuff real. Let's make it real. You want to make change. You want to make change, my friends. That's what Saturn is saying. You want to make change. You want this new moon, this new beginning, this new spark of life, this new initiation into this world that you're living, into this life that you're creating. Let's make it real. Let's break through this stuff. Let's add a second day where we, you can't. You're not going to be able to go back to the same routines today. And then Saturn wants to make it real. Let's really dive in, into the mental game, mental Mercury, and karmic Saturn. So it's like if we've been doing our work, if we've been doing the work and doing the work, the reward pays off. Now, I just posted something here to the Honest Aim page on Facebook and to the Waking Masters page on Facebook as well. So if you're not a part of those, please jump in on them. It's this little girl playing, well, teenager maybe, I don't know, but she's playing guitar, and it was like 3 years, showing her first day playing, and it's just like learning chords, and then smoke on the wall, dun, 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 whatever, right? Just this kid learning the guitar. And then by the end, this chick is just shredding 3 years later, and it was showing this progress. So this video is posted here on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. But it's incredible. It's like this practice takes, the practice makes perfect. And when we set our mind, when we set our intentions to something and we decide, yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to deliver a daily astrology video every single day. We're making this commitment. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to practice this guitar every single day. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to practice being mindful. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to practice my peace. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to practice my happiness. I'm going to sit here and practice my forgiveness, my compassion. I'm going to sit here and practice whatever it is, whatever it is, we need to practice it. We need to practice it. And sometimes we need to disassociate with the traditions and the thoughts that we've had before in the past, or what have led us there. Now, I'm going to share a story with you, personal story of my life. All right. 15 years ago, I got hit on a terrible head-on collision car accident. Okay, I had to have surgery. It was brutal. It left me a mess. I was seeing a chiropractor 3 times a week. I was mentally, I was there, but it was just, I had to rediscover who I was, okay? Now, at the time, I've seen multiple different doctors for the surgery, for all of these different things. And the doctors just did their job. They just crammed pills down my throat. A very Western medicine thing to do. Now, the surgery, I'm very thankful for. I'm alive and happy and, here. But these pills that these doctors wanted to give me, I gotta be honest with you, there was after a month, and I took them for pain. I took them for what I was prescribed as needed. Just as some people are prescribed Adderall, okay, which is one molecular compound away from crystal meth. Look that stuff up. It's true. So, at the time, there's a full circle here in this story. At the time, these doctors are just pumping pills down my throat, and this is what you need to heal. This is how you're going to heal, is from these pills. Okay, I'm just a young 21-year-old kid. Okay, I'm going to just eat the pill every 4 to 6 hours, until the point where I became dumb. I could not, I hated myself because I wasn't functioning right. My mental stimulation wasn't there. How I responded and reacted to things, I was a zombie, man. I was a zombie, and that exact particular car accident is what led me into this entire holistic path of becoming a Reiki master and all the psychic healing and the singing bowls and, going to a school of weird, cool stuff to learn, color therapy and sound therapy. That's not the point. The point is these medical doctors had given me a prescription. And I was just the student to the doctor, the teacher. I was just taking what they told me that I needed, okay? And then there was a point when my brain said, no, dude, this is wrong. This is wrong. I don't care what these doctors are prescribing me. I don't care what this doctor says or is doing. He only can sell me what he knows, what he's been taught. And I want to learn different ways. That is what has sent me into the holistic world. That is why I became a Reiki practitioner. That is why I started learning about astrology and all of the other things that encompass it, you know? Because I had to make the decision for myself that whatever this person was feeding me was wrong for me. So there's a time in your life, maybe it's this breakthrough for Uranus and the moon in Taurus today, that when we make this mental awareness and say, this isn't right. I don't care if 50 of my friends are doing this. I don't care if my mom and dad did this. If my brother and sister are, this is how they're living their life. This is my life. Whoa, right? Aries, new moon, spark, this is me. Moon conjunct Uranus, this is me. Saturn sextiling Mercury, I can make up my own mind. I can decide what's best for me. I can't get better than that. I hope you have an absolutely amazing Saturday. I love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.